Hobart Edmund Wiltse was born in 1932 on a Falls City, Nebraska farm at the height of the Depression. He survived a near-fatal car crash and in 1958 graduated from the University of Nebraska College of Medicine and received a Ph.D. in biochemistry. After completing medical fellowships at Johns Hopkins and the ACLA School of Medicine, he settled in Omaha with his growing family. Explaining his interest in inherited metabolic diseases in children, he stated, "I have a 4-volume set in my office. The books contain 6,338 pages and describe more than 500 disorders, most of which are unfamiliar to most medical practitioners."
He was really the only metabolist at that time. So he did all of the newborns that had abnormal screens. He saw the children that had seizures and causes unknown.
Hobe's work was first off to figure out what metabolic condition they had, and then the second part was to do something about it. The presence of a person who can treat and diagnose these incredibly rare and difficult to understand conditions, it is the difference between life and death for many of these kids.
Teaching. That was his love, his commitment. And so a lot of the early faculty he brought in were outstanding clinicians who happened to also be outstanding teachers. Everything was to teach the next generation. And I don't know how many of the pediatricians in the state of Nebraska he trained, but it's most. I would put children's physicians and physicians in the city and Creighton physicians, all the rest, as well as all of the UNMC physicians in pediatrics, as some of the best teachers in the country.
When I got here in 1990, Nebraska easily was in the worst shape of any state as far as the newborn screening efforts that were going on.
One of the things that he wanted was to screen as many diseases as possible in newborns that could be treated early. And he was the driving force in getting what we now have as a very broad screen.
When Hobe was retired, he would still be with us at the state, testifying in front of the legislature, bringing in particularly the family stories. You don't do what Hobe did for 50 years without being able to go to your pocket and say, let me show you some families. And Hobe was really at the level that the grandkids of some of the patients he'd taken care of were up there testifying as far as, without Dr. Wiltse, I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be alive, I wouldn't be healthy.
For half a century, Dr. Wiltse fought inherited metabolic disease through his work in the clinic, the classroom, and the legislature. Because of his ceaseless efforts, countless children continue to be spared mental retardation and early death.